What's up guys, Mitchell Watts with Town & Country TV, and today I'm going to show you a video. This is going to be a little bit of a 2 or 3-part video series where we talk about the difference in trim levels on the F150. Now, as you guys can probably tell, we are a Ford dealership located in Bessemer and Pell City, Alabama, but I want to be very clear. We don't care if you ever buy a vehicle from us. We simply want to help you, inform you, and we just realized that a long time ago that if we help enough people, we will never have to worry about selling cars or making money. It's all about helping people. So that's what this video is all about, is comparing the STX model versus the XLT. What are the options you get? What are the differences in availability as far as the options are concerned? Availability as far as different color combinations and things like that. And in the next video, we're going to talk about the XLT versus what's next to it, which is the Lariat. So make sure, if you're not already, subscribe to the YouTube channel with the bell notification so that way you don't miss any of this coronavirus content, I guess you could say, the CC, coronavirus content. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the STX model, tell you what you get, what do you get as far as options are concerned. Now the STX model, the very first thing you want to know is it is actually built off of the XL trim level. So the STX is nothing more than an XL, it's an STX package on top of the XL model. So let's recap a little bit the difference in trim levels. You have the XL, XLT, Lariat, King Range, Platinum, Raptor, and a whole bunch of other ones I'm not going to go into in this video right now. But this one starts out on that XL model, but it has the STX appearance package. What does that appearance package get you? Exactly what you're looking at. It gets the honeycomb front grille. You've got the painted to match bumpers. You've got, unfortunately, but halogen headlamps. You've got the fog lamps to go with that. You got the tow hooks if it is a 4-wheel drive, and a couple of other things that really just make the truck look really, really nice on the outside. The other things that you want to know is that every single one of these STX packages, whether it's a 2-wheel drive or a 4-wheel drive, come with the exact same rims that you have here. These are a 20-inch rim, and it is one of the most popular wheels because it's simple, it looks good, it doesn't look like a work truck. So basically what an STX is kind of like getting a work truck price point, but on a nicer trim model. This is going to be one of our top 2 selling, as far as top selling trim levels that we have, is going to be the STX package. Now, as you can see here, we've got the Super Cab and the Super Crew options are both available. And the regular cab may or may not be available on the STX. But as you can see, this is the Crew Cab where you have 4 full doors. The cab configuration below that is the Super Cab, which is 2 full doors, and then 2 half doors as well. So let's do this. Let's go ahead and show you a couple of the different features that we actually get on the inside of the vehicle. So let's go ahead and pop open the door for you there. Oh, there you go. And there's Mr. Colton Love. He is actually our TC Customs manager. And so wave at the camera, Colton. Hey. He is, he's a huge asset to all of these custom trucks. If you followed our channel for a long time, this is the guy that has been building those sick little rides. So we're very, very pumped to have Colton on the team. If you want some more information about customizing a truck you already own, you can call the number right there on the screen, 205-491-0010. He can also get you plugged in about customizing your truck even before you buy it with full warranty, but that's another topic for another day. So let's continue on and let's take a look on the inside. Thank you, Colton. We appreciate you very much. So on the inside of the truck, you'll notice that all of your STX models come with the exact same setup as far as the interior package. No more are you going to get the bench seat in the front. You've got the captain's chairs up front. You've got the center console, which is the same size center console, which by the way is massive. You do get that on the STX model. You also have the cup holders that are located right here, in addition to the cup holders that are located in each one of these door pockets, as you can see right here. In addition to that, you still have your USB ports, so you can plug in your iPhone or your Android and get full access to Apple CarPlay and Android Auto right through there through that USB port. Now the other thing is you also get a nice 8-inch touchscreen, which is the Sync 3 system. For the 2020 model, Sync 3's got a new skin to it. The 2019 has got the older skin. It's the exact same thing, exact same functionality, just looks a little refreshed on the 2020 model. And by the way, this video, right now we're in the model year changeover where we have 19s on the lot and 20s. And so as far as price point that we're going to talk about here in a minute, everything's going to be on a 19 model because that's what has the biggest incentives, and we still have a bunch of 19 models in stock with some crazy level of discounts that we're going to cover here shortly. But anyways, once again, this is not a video to sell you. We don't care if you ever buy anything from us. But you also have the column shifter is going to be the only way that you can get the transmission shifter is going to be up here. So some people call it the man shifter because some people can't stand the center console shifter. I personally love it, but this would not bother me either because this is kind of tried and true and it's what's been out for a long time. A couple of the other options and notable features that you can see. Optional, you've got the household outlet plug for 110 volts. You've got the locking rear differential where you pull that out. Now the rear differential is locked. That is an option as well. You've got 4 high, 4 low, and 2 high, but you do not have an all-wheel drive option until you step all the way up to the Lariat. So something you need to know. But that kind of gets it. You've got the cruise control. No heated seats are available in this particular setup. And then also you don't have the remote start system unless you actually have Sync Connect, meaning that you can actually start the car from your smartphone. That's the only way you can remote start the STX is you have to go through Ford Pass Connect. Let's take a look at the rear seat so you can kind of see what you get back here. So as you can see, whether you're looking at a Platinum or you're looking at an STX, all of the floor is going to be the exact same on these particular vehicles. You've also got some USB ports back here so the kids can charge their iPads. You've got another household 110 volt outlet, and you've got plenty of room to put some big, large cargo back here in the truck. And as you probably know, Josh just screwed the camera up again. Are we back? Okay. Hey, are you seeing a common theme? Our gimbal's giving us some fits recently. I'm gonna blame it on Josh the cameraman. Is that okay, Josh? He's shaking his head no. He's like, nope, nope. But anyways, you can see you've got seats for 3 people in the rear, and it really is a perfect setup because I'm 6'3". Now I had we did a video on the Nightmare that you guys seem to have liked pretty much, but one person said, man, that truck looks small. Either that's a really small truck or that's a big son of a bitch. And I replied to the comment, well, I'm just a big son of a bitch. But anyways, make sure to bleep that out, Josh, if you don't mind. But anyway, so you can see there is plenty of room. I say that to show you how much leg room you've got in that rear seat. So once again, 6'3", 6'4", depending on if I got my heels on. But you can see how much leg room you've got in the rear. It's plenty of space for no matter what you're going to be doing. So this is one of the reasons this is one of our biggest sellers, is because you still get all of the amenities but at a drastically lower price. Now let's talk about the XLT, see what you get there, and then once again we're going to wrap that up with a price comparison between the two trucks. Coming around to the STX, or excuse me, jumping up from the STX into the XLT, the first thing you're going to notice is that, in my opinion, I don't like this grille nearly as much as I like the grille on the STX. I like that honeycomb look a lot better than I do this. And the reason for this, it doesn't look so bad on a black truck like what we have here, but the grille, no matter what, if you're getting the the XLT Sport Appearance package, the grille automatically comes in magnetic gray, which looks fantastic if you're buying a magnetic gray truck. But if you're buying a white truck, as you can see right there on the screen, it looks really strange to have a magnetic grille with white everything else. It just, I don't understand it. But anyways, I'm a big fan of the STX grille. If it were my truck, I would be swapping grills out. But you'll also notice that this particular truck is a sport model as well. So you get the painted front bumpers, painted rear bumpers, and some very similar aesthetics. The other thing that you're going to notice is that on an XLT, you actually have painted, and once again, it's hard to see it because it's black, but you can see the door handles on the outside are painted black. And then you also have this, which is going to be the keypad, so you can type in your code 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, boom, you can actually have everything inside the vehicle. You can leave your keys in the truck and don't have to worry about locking yourself out of the vehicle, or if you want to go swimming or whatever the case is. But that is going to be your two biggest difference on the outsides of the XLT Sport Appearance package versus the STX. That's going to be your big difference. Now, keep in mind on the STX, there's no chrome option available. That's the way you get it. The XLT, you can go with this, which is the sport model, but you could also do the chrome package if you just don't like painted bumpers. So the XLT chrome appearance package comes with a front bumper chrome, comes with the rear bumper chrome, comes with some chrome door handles, and basically just kind of trims it out chrome versus no chrome. So you've got that ability on both fronts. Now, one thing that I want to talk about on engines on all of these, they're going to be the same engine options available. Your 2.7 is going to be it's not the base model, it's actually a 3.3 engine. I don't know, because we don't hardly sell any of them, but you've got the base model engine, which is kind of the workhorse engine. We don't sell very many of them, but the 2.7 is going to be our #1 seller as far as the bottom of the power spectrum. Then you've got the 5.0, and then you've got the 3.5 EcoBoost. Those three particular motors are going to be available on all three of these trucks that we're talking about. So that's going to be something you need to know. Let's do this. Let's hop on the inside of the XLT. Now this one has got a very similar seating as the STX model, but with one very large difference. And no, it's not going to be that the fact that this thing has leather, because this is a custom cat skin leather that we have added after the fact. And it looks really good. We've got a really good guy that does this cat skin leather here locally. But from the factory, you've got the cloth seats, but it picks up heated seats. That's something that you need to know, is that the XLT model, the 302As on the 19s and 20s, come with the heated seats in the front. So the STX, that's not even an option. So that's something that you'll notice there. The Sport package, XLT Sport Appearance package, also picks up the center console shifter. So you notice that a lot of this center console is going to look very similar, with the exception of the fit and the finish of this dash, or the center console. So that looks a little different. You got the chrome piece around it, that looks a little different. You also notice that the lid for the center console is also wrapped in leather. That's from the factory. That's not something we did. And so you've got a nice leather seating surface to put your elbow as you're driving down the road. So very, very cool stuff there. As far as the seats are concerned, you'll notice the XLT model actually has power seats on both the driver front and the driver passenger seat. The STX, you've got a manually sliding seat, and it's hard to get the seat bottom to adjust where it's perfect for your legs, your back, and everything else like that. So the power seats is something you pick up on the XLT. In addition to that, let's talk about the Sync 3 system, the navigation system. The navigation system is actually not available on the STX package, where it is available as an option on this XLT. But let me tell you why that's not a big deal. I just got through talking about Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. You plug your phone up, and now you've got access to Waze, you've got access to Google Maps, you got access to Apple Maps, a lot of different options just by simply plugging your phone in, and you have the directions. I prefer Waze as well. My F150 has navigation system, and I think I've used it once. Every other time I use Waze, and I literally use Waze every single time I get in the car because it can tell me traffic and it can tell me updates and things like that, and I just trust it a little bit more. That's my personal 2 cents. But some things extra that you need to know comparing the XLT versus this STX. The one thing that I dislike about the XLT and the STX is the fact that you have to have a key. It's a switchblade key, as you see right here, to start the vehicle. This is going to be the same for the STX and the XLT. So it's something that you need to know, that there is no push button start available on the XLT or the STX. Now this one, because it's an XLT, it has the remote start feature option here. Now for 19, that was pretty much standard on the STX, excuse me, on the XLT Sport Appearance package, the 302A equipment group. What this is, for 19, that remote start function is standard. Now for 2020 models, that remote start on the key is still an available option. It's not automatically standard. So just note before you go into your dealership whether this has got it, if you want it or not. Now keep in mind that just on all of these trucks, you can remote start your truck from your smartphone app anywhere in the world, as long as you got an internet connection. So that's something that I use on quite a frequent basis. But if it's important to have it on the key, you need to know up front. Same Sync 3 system is going to be available. This one's going to have navigation system. You'll notice this one has a couple different buttons up here, like this one. This one has the hill descent control, and that's primarily because it has the FX4 package. The FX4 package is a package that is available on the XL, the STX, it's available on the Lariat King Ranch, it's available across the board. It is an off-roading package that is available on every particular trim level. And speaking of that, you got to understand that just because it's got the just because it has the FX4 off-road package does not mean that it's gonna go anywhere you need to. What it comes with is a skid plates in the front. It comes with off-road tune shocks and that hill descent control that we talked about just a second ago. Now let's take a look at the rear seat and see what you get there. Now, once again, a lot of these options are going to be redundant, like the USB power. You've also got the 110 outlet, just like before. The same exact load flat floor that you get in the previous vehicle. It's the exact same. The one difference is that the cloth is going to be slightly better. Once again, we have upgraded this with leather. And by the way, you can also upgrade the truck behind me with leather as well. Now, one thing that we didn't talk about is going to be the tailgates on both of these trucks. So both trucks have the available tailgate step option. So that is an option on both of these trucks. Now that one just so happens to not have it, but it is available. It's once again an option in both regards. Now the other thing that you're going to notice there's going to be a very big difference is going to be the LED box lighting system, where the STX does not have the LED box lighting, meaning that you have right here. On the XLT, you've got it as an option where you can actually illuminate the bed of the truck with everything that you have. So if you've got a bed cover on it or whatever, all you have to do is come in and hit the button over here and everything lights up, which you can't really tell because it's daytime right now, but once it's dark outside, that is a really nice lifesaver of an option if you're trying to see what's in the bed of your truck. So very, very cool options. So with that being said, let's go ahead and jump straight into the pricing and compare these two, so that way hopefully you'll kind of know, hey, is the STX right for me, or is it going to be this XLT? As far as the pricing is concerned, there's a lot of variables, so you need to check with your local dealership or check with us. The phone number's right there on the screen if you want to buy one of these trucks, but or any of them. We have like 200 new F150s in stock right now, not to mention Super Duties and things like that. But at the end of the day, you've got to do your homework as far as the rebates are concerned, because the rebates are going to be based on where you title the vehicle, not where you buy the vehicle. And so that's something you need to realize. These are local incentives for the Alabama area, and these can change based on where you title the vehicle. But at the end of the day, what you're looking at is a truck that stickers for $60,195 for the XLT or $51,000 for the STX. Now keep in mind the XLT does have more incentives, more rebates available on this particular truck compared to the STX. And so what it means at the end of the day, you're looking at a $44,823 sale price on this XLT compared to a $39,549 for the STX. So basically what I'm saying, there's a $5,200 difference in between these two trucks. But wait a second, there was a $9,000 difference in MSRP. The difference you're going to find there is going to be the rebates, the incentives that are available. Now keep in mind that right now Ford is pushing out a 0% for 84 months, but you have to give up the rebates or almost all of the rebates in order to do that. And so you've got to consider what is the best option for you and in your particular situation, whether you want to pay cash, whether you want to finance it through Ford Motor Credit at standard rates. By the way, those incentives were using Ford Motor Credit money at standard rates. And that's another misnomer. A lot of dealerships will tell their customer, oh yeah, you got to finance it for 120 days or 6 months, and then you can turn around and pay it off. Well, that's actually not a true statement. The reason they're telling you that is because they don't want to get charged back from the lending institution. The real answer, the actual answer is if you finance it through Ford Motor Credit, the second you have an account number, you can turn around and pay it off. Now that dealership, including ours, is going to get a chargeback for a little bit of money, because at the end of the day that Ford Credit wants the people to stay in those loans for a certain amount of time. They're basically, that dealership is just trying to maximize their profit. But the true answer is you can finance it through Ford Motor Credit and you turn around and refinance it anytime you want to. And I hope this doesn't upset our Ford Credit people, because we love Ford Credit. They really put us in business. If it wasn't for Ford Motor Credit, Town & Country would never exist. And I say that to them all the time because we're very, very grateful for them putting us in business. But it's the truth that our customers need to know. So $5,200 difference. I want to know in the comments down below, do you think it's worth it to spend an extra $5,200 to pick up the XLT, or do you save that cash and go over to the STX? So there you are. That is our first installment of the F-150 trim level wars, if you want to call it that. STX versus the XLT. As I've already mentioned, stay subscribed with the bell notification so you don't miss the showdown of the XLT versus the Lariat. Thank you so much for watching this video, and have a great day.